Hi, I'm Stephanie Thum. When I was a little girl, my grandmother took me to church one time, and we sat down together in a pew a few rows from the front, and I remember as the sermon began on stage, standing to the side of the minister, there was a deaf interpreter using sign language to communicate the words from the sermon. And I remember watching the people in the congregation just gaze at the interpreter, including my grandmother, because she was almost completely deaf. And for my grandmother, and for all of the people watching the interpreter, you could just see the satisfaction and joy just from being able to understand the message and from being in a place where they felt accepted and included. This is what I think we're talking about when we talk about inclusion in customer experience. It's about creating joy just from being able to understand a message and from being part of an experience just like everyone else. But inclusion has been on the periphery of the CX world for the most part until recently. Last year, website accessibility lawsuits hit record highs, and you may also remember the story of the customer who was blind who sued a really big pizza chain and won in the highest courts because that pizza chain did not make their digital channels accessible to people who were blind. But inclusion is more than just a nice thing to do for customers, and it's about more than following the law. There is an ROI. In fact, there's a group in the United Kingdom that says the spending power of disabled people worldwide is around £2.25 trillion. And in the US, that spending power is said to be about $490 billion. This is newer territory that calls for some exploring, and I have a few practical ideas on where to start. Number one, design with customers, not for them. Do your planning, researching, and testing with diverse groups. There's a business case for getting things right early on and avoiding some costly mistakes that you may have to fix later. Number two, if your company has a diversity and inclusion committee, go be part of it. And if you don't have a group, create one and apply what you learn to the customer work. And number three, open a conversation and keep it open. Some of the best things happen for customers when we just don't let up. I'm Stephanie Thum. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.